Hello folks and welcome to Banished with the Colonial Charter Mod. It's been coming for a while, but we've got some starvation problems, we've got some homelessness problems, we've got wood shortage problems. Problems. We do, however, have chickens. Yes, and lots of them. So those of you who have been tuning in regularly have been doing so with the expectation that at some point the wheels would fall off my wagon and you could all pile in and tell me what I was doing wrong. Thank you. So today I'm going to pay attention to the comments and I'm going to respond to all those things that you have suggested I get on with. So first things first, let's solve wood. Now you might think, well, actually food is probably more important. Be quiet, I'm doing wood. Now the reason that I'm having trouble with wood is because my foresters are taking the time. What's that? That's a stockpile. Okay, well I've already done that bit. Hey, victory! Yes, my foresters tend to live remote from their homestead, and as a result, they spend as much time nipping home in order to warm up before coming back to get back to work. Not good enough. Let's give them a wooden house here. I'm not going to give them anything luxurious. They can have a wooden house. And hopefully that will get some of the local workforce embedded in here, which will update the... update? No, it will increase their productivity. Yeah, with a bit of luck. Meanwhile, the presence of this wood stockpile means that the labourers take responsibility for coming to get that done. All makes sense to me. I think that's a good one. So we've got a stockpile here already. It's barren because, well, frankly, we don't have enough stocks to get the job done. But hey, look, the builders are pretty swiftly getting to work. What have we got going on here? We've got some trees to remove. Or maybe it's my labourers that are doing the job. Anyway, that's number one. Is my the distance between log cutting and housing those loggers. So I'm going to do the same over here as well. What do we got here? We got one hunting cabin in, yes, and a forester's lodge, and a wooden house for them to live in. They can all live together, happy as can be, all good friends. Right about there should do the trick. Now, obviously, I don't want to turn this into a housing estate because doing so will strongly limit the amount of space these chaps actually have to do some logging. Let's get them a stockpile here as well. Yes, logs, please. Yeah, log stockpile right about here. Let's put, there you go, a 5x3. That should be more than enough. So, okay, once those are built, hopefully that should be enough to get my my logging crew sorted out. Let's max the farmers. So that's okay. So that's hopefully going to tend to the woes besetting honest to goodness logging folk. Now I've got a second bridge still waiting for bricks to be finished off here. Hopefully when it's done it will snap together and form a nice wide bridge. If it doesn't, then I'm just a fool. So, you know, we'll see how that pans out. Next, I'm going to repeat the same objective, so the same process for my chaps who do a bit of farmery. So the goal is to get people living relatively close to where they work, rather than what I've been doing so far, which is getting them living fairly close to services. We'll put a stone house in there, because why not? Why wouldn't you? And a country house. Lovely. Let's do one down here. Now, I don't want to do too much of that, because obviously with extra housing comes extra mouths to feed. But all being well, that will not make too big a dent, and it should solve some of the housing difficulty that I've had in the process. Right, what have we got going on here? You're making me olives, allegedly. Okay, right, fine. Grapes, good. Hopefully people will just eat grapes. And then here is this field I have not yet managed to adequately harvest come harvest time. So maybe, well, I think these folks, given the distance that this particular field is from my housing area around here, with a bit of luck, maybe if they get to live a little bit closer, that should pan out. But even so, I'm not taking any chances as far as food is concerned. And the other recommendation that was had is placing a fishing dock man fish generation chap. Right, what are you? A hunting blind. Catch ducks and other water animals. I can't see that being particularly profitable. Right, what have you got here? Nothing but narcotics and alcohol. Be gone with you. I mean, as much as, you know, that might cheer people up a bit, that's not going to put bread on the table. In fact, it's not even put bread anywhere. Right, okay, so we're going to get fishing dock up. Where's a good place? Presumably this catchment area circle around the outside is the amount of water that it can work in. So this river is perhaps not the best place for it, which is a shame because I've got a spot right there that would work nicely. What I want is a nice kind of there. That gets a lot of water coverage. Let's do it. It's not a million miles away from the plan. But let's get it moving nice and fast. Now, the other thing that I want to do is I want to up my storage fairly soon. I want to build one of those big old whatever they're called. Where are we? No. A magazine. That's the one. Huge quantities of resources to store. Yes, I'm all about that. That's exactly what we want. And I'll put that into motion once I've got my building queue under control. Because at the moment, my building queue is not under control. 2 people are hungry. Look, fellas, I'm working on it, right? There's only a certain amount of... I had Matey Boy with his illicit shipment of booze instead turned up with an illicit shipment of... we've got people dying of starvation now. Well, sorry, I guess. Yeah, had I turned up with some food, I would have bought some. Oh, dear. Well, there's quite a lot of knives and forks on the go now. Look, there's a hunt. No, never mind. Right. Well, I mean, you know, let's treat this as a Darwinian exercise in those who are destined to survive will. Oh my God. Nomads have arrived at the town hall. Tell them to leave. It's all their fault. Everything was fine until I let the nomads in. And then the whole thing went skew-whiff in a rush. The good news is the yield from these fields, the field yield, is pretty impressive. There we go. And I think I've already freed up everything. No, see, look, we've still got stuff in stock here. Let's buy quantity. There we go. Broccoli, desired amount, 0. Chickpeas, 0. Rock melon, 0. What else? Spinach, yeah, 0. Right, we're just going to work on tradables now, and then hopefully my trading chap will drop those into. Oh, would you? Oh, it's okay. The slight ding-a-ling in the background there has been indicating that we are dropping people swiftly. That's my trader dead. Yikes. Okay, well, the last remaining people in town will be working in the fields. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this we're going to bounce back from this. This is not going to take us out. This will not reduce us back to 0. We'll bounce back probably, I'm hoping with 80 plus adults still in circulation. I'm hoping with 80 plus adults still in circulation. A building has caught fire. Do you want to give me a clue which one? Anyone at all? Is there a button I can... I bet that's it. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, see, it's slightly more obvious now. Ah, well, shame. I think I'm going to... While that's burning, I'm going to set up another well here just to ensure that we can cope with such things should it happen again. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There we go. Town resources. There we go. Let's bang a well right about here. Now, admittedly, I probably could have got another house in there, maybe. Admittedly, a fairly small house, but we possibly could have got a house in there. Right, has that been... It has been extinguished. Good. Right. It's the level 2 one that was flambé. Rebuild it, if you'd be so kind. Alright, good. Let's whack the tempo back up again. Because obviously, I mean, it's... oh, hello, what's happening here? Nobody's working there. Oh, nuts. Right, let's... How are we doing for stone? We've got yeah, we've got loads of it. Right, okay, let's put all of you out of business. Onto food and whatever this is here. That's a herds person. There we go. We want to keep the chickens alive. After all the effort I went to get these chickens in the first place, you will keep them alive. Right, plenty of labourers now we've got. Let's get one more into building. What do we got? 0 fishermen. Right, well, let's get 1 fisherman on the go for the moment, and we'll staff up accordingly as the population bounces back. The other thing I can do right now is I could put miners to work elsewhere. Should we do that? Is that a good idea? Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, max out my farming folk. Stick another 2 on... No, not on building. Let's put those on foresting because we want to bounce back on the wood front as well. Woodcutters, 3 of 3. Okay, fine. All right, 88 people left in town. We'll be okay. We'll survive this. I've still actually the amount of food is it's stabilizing and. It doesn't look like anybody's hungry at the moment. There is someone homeless. A couple of people homeless. There's not much I can do about that. Dead beekeeper. Well, these things happen. Bees are a hazardous business. Okay, and meanwhile, living in the new wooden house that I've established here is a glassmaker and a student, and not, in fact, a forester in the slightest. Can I turf them out? I guess not. It would be handy if I could and go, no, foresters only. This is the dedicated forestry house. Maybe one of you chaps who have got expertise could give me an idea of the criteria for where people decide to live. What do we got? What do we do here? Well, at least we've got a forester and a hunter. I see, and their junior are living in this house here. So I'm expecting to see a surge in productivity from this particular establishment. I demand it. Alright, what else have we got here? I mean, I could put out of work my my beekeepers. No, beekeepers I want. My chandlers certainly I could put out of business for a little while. Refiner if needed. I don't need bricks right now. Potter, I could put the potters out of work. So I've still got folk that I could recirculate onto more valuable projects should the need arise. But I think, given that we've stopped having any any deaths crop up from starvation, I think there is a chance that we might be out the other side. Let's put one person to work as a trader, just purely because if I can import a bit of food or some wood or anything along those lines, that might be enough to buy me back into solvency. Might be. You can't say it won't. Just to 75 food, 175 food. There you go. Right, chum. What are you packing here? You in the hat. What have you for me? Sugar beet seeds, nice. Sunflower seeds, lovely. What have I got to trade? Not an insignificant amount. Let's. What's that worth? That's 1100. 272. I'm overpaying. I want the sugar beet because I want the sugar. I mean, I wouldn't mind both. I don't want to sell the firewood. In fact, I should circulate the firewood back into the town. Okay, right. Well, I've got. Let's. Right, I need another what? 44. Okay. Ah, no, it was 256, wasn't it? 260. No, it wasn't 256. Oh, come on. This is relatively straightforward mathematics, dear boy. Ah, there we go. Right, then we'll drop that to 49. Yeah, and then we'll add the extra 2 there. Smashing. Sugar beet. Thank you. Now, admittedly, people aren't going to want to eat that in isolation. But I think, you know, being able to make cake is going to be beneficial. Everybody's chilly. Right, okay, well, let's get the firewood back into circulation. It's not going to last long, but let's not let people get too cold in this most unseasonable time of the year. And I'm still pretty certain that shortage of firewood is coming as a result of an overall shortage of lumber. I mean, that's the hope, certainly. Right, in fact, let's get 2 more foresters employed, because I want to bounce this one back. Let's get another fisherman on the go as well. I'm putting a great deal of faith in fishing coming to save my bacon. Or fish. Right. Okay, we've got firewood in circulation. We've got maxed out on farmers. We've dropped the population a bit, which means that people shouldn't be quite as hungry anyway. Let us see how this pans out. See if we've still got desirables living here. A builder now and a forester. Gave up the hunting life, moved into building. A noble trade. Glassmaker and student, I ask you. Come on, folks, there's no need to be quite so... Oh, no, all the firewood's gone. Sorry. What's the betting I'm turning it all into fuel for me brickworks? I reckon I'm turning it all into fuel for me brickworks. Alright, let's stop this for a moment, shall we? Fuel refiner. Alright, and then my brickmaker, who is not a melter, a brickmaker is a kilnsman. Right, there we go. Let's get those out of work as well. Just until we've built a bit of a reserve. And actually, I think, as much as I am patting myself on the back here, I think this is a sensible move. Because, basically, I'm reverting back to an earlier stage in the town's development. I'm putting out of business some of the things that I've been building lately in order to try and push forwards to kind of double down on historic jobs that actually help keep us alive. Right, what have we got? Herdsman, 3 of 3. Hunter. Well, hunters bring in meat, which is quite valuable. Let's max that out and see if it helps. Anything else? We only need one trader. Oh, we don't have a miller. Well, that's kind of important. Because that's... it's all supply chain stuff, right? So, you know, we get the miller right, then that helps the bakery tick along, and we end up with a fine selection of baked goods. Now, we've got butchers happening. Llamas, yes. And... oh, this is sheep. It is sheep. Not a lot of sheep. Bernardino, the forester, has died of starvation. Nuts. Oh, hold on. Who else? Waylor, the forester, has died of starvation. What's going on? What's one of my foresters dying of starvation? Or Tanice, the child, has died of starvation, and Morentz, the student, has also died of starvation. Well, nuts. No, I need that one. I want a big list of jobs, please. Give me that one. No, we want the non-scrolly version. That's it. Okay, well, no recovery yet, but I think I'm pulling the right moves. I really do hope I'm pulling the right moves. The melter has died of starvation. Well, no, I don't need another melter. Let's leave him out of work for the moment. You can hoik stuff around, sunshine, and that's the question is whether there is a correlation between the absence of logs and then the absence of food as well. Right, I've run forward a little now, so let's have a look at town records and see what our production actually has been. So we produced 12,000, used 14,000 food, which seems like a lot. I think the bump that I've seen has come as a result of emptying the trade selection. But we're still overusing. I've got to get more food on the go. I guess I've got to get more food on the go. Meanwhile, produced 830 fuel, used 910. Oh dear. Well, there we go. That's all there is to it. Is that, you know, our production is not sufficient, so I do need more fields. A fisherman has died of starvation, once again proving that people who generate the food aren't necessarily all that bright. No farmer will die of starvation and not go replaced. No, we're into another wave of starvation now. Oh dearie me. Crop field. I want 2 in here. No, hold on. You want a path in there as well. Right, let's go 8 by 14. And then we'll do the same again here. 8 by 14. Yes, and then there's a little bit of room here for something else. Some houses maybe, or processing stuff. Once these are built, I'll once again shuffle people around as more superfluous jobs get thrown to the wolves in order to get people moving in the right direction. The joiner is still working as a joiner. Right, I'm going to put him out of work. What else? Official. The official is making me money. No, he can get an honest job. Pottery. Don't need it. Shoreman. There we go. It's 5 of them. Right, you chaps. You're all part of the new generation of saving the world. And obviously, since you live in the world, that's a good thing to do. Let's grow some sugar beet there. Even if I don't end up using it, I'm sure people will eat it if they're desperate. Chickpeas. Chickpeas have been good to me. Okay, 35 farmers now required, and so we'll stick the other 5 in, and that will That will wrap it up. We started in winter, we finish in winter. There is a certain amount of symmetry to the story we are telling. What's going on here? Why am I not tending me chickens? Not to mention the fact, why does nobody want to why is everybody interested in tending to the llamas and indeed the goats, but not the chickens? There is a more promising amount of food still in stock now. What are you packing there, Chief? Cheese bread. What, one a throw? Yeah, okay, I'll take all of that. Thank you. 333. Yeah. Milk. Well, that's probably helpful. Oysters. I'm sure somebody will eat it. Right. What do I owe you? 1,600 quid. Alright. Well, let's see what we can come up with, shall we? 83 of these. No, I'm not going to be able to buy all of it. And 158. Oh, we're only 200 short. Do you reckon you can just chuck them in? You think? What should we get rid of? Let's get rid of the milk. Let's drop that to... Where were we? Let's go 400 and see what we're short here. Overpaying by 60. Right, well, in that case, we'll just add another 60. There you go. Thank you. Go away. Right, I've traded everything. I've sold the shirt off me back in order to get a little bit of food in. And people are still chilly, but we've got a slight supply of logs now. Actually, you know what? This second bridge. I'm going to blame the second bridge for this. Now, either suspend... There we go. We'll suspend the building of it. There. That'll do the trick. Alright, okay. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this time. We're going to see how we get on. I mean, you know, it's winter now, and we've got 1,700 food in stock. 1,800 food in stock. I'm going to stop just regularly increasing that. And hopefully that's enough to bounce back with. We dropped down from, probably 130, maybe 140 population overall, and we're now down by, I guess, 20 people. So staffing back up again is going to be a goal in the near future, but initially I want to start building up that reserve of food again. So tune in next time to see if I can pull that off. Meanwhile, leave us a like this time and subscribe if you've not done so already. And I will return in the near future where we will continue to survive the harsh wilderness that is Banished. Thanks for watching. Cheerio!
Listen.